Hey there, my conscious creators. My name is Natasha Lauren, and I'm here to help you consciously create the life that you desire. So, as you've seen from the title, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why some things manifest for you and other things don't, or it seems as if other things are taking long to manifest, or you just can't quite manifest them. So if you're having that problem, then keep watching. So, there's a few reasons as to why you may find it super easy to manifest certain things. It's different for everyone. So for some people, it's easy to manifest people, it's easy to manifest money, it's easy to manifest career success, whatever. And then for others, those particular things might be a lot harder. Like for me personally, initially I find it very easy to manifest certain types of people. If I'm wanting to manifest a certain type of romantic partner or a type of friend or whatever, I find that very easy. But then like for other stuff like money, etc., I might find a bit harder. And it's different for everyone. It's different for everyone. But I'm here to tell you a few of the reasons why. And then once you figured out what your reason why is, or what the reason is that's holding you back from manifesting that certain thing, then you can go about changing it, or at least it can give you a bit more reassurance that what you're thinking and what you're feeling is normal and it's nothing to worry about, and that it's gonna come, but you might just have this slight block but before it happens. So a few reasons why certain things aren't manifesting for you, or it seems like it's taking that much longer to manifest than anything else, or like you've imagined, you've scripted, you've done affirmations for other things and it's happened so easily and so quickly for you, but for this particular thing it seems like it's taken forever. The number one reason, there's three main reasons, but I think a top reason, and definitely a reason that has affected me quite a lot, and I think probably will affect or potentially is affecting you, is your logical mind. So when it comes to your logical mind, we all have a certain way that we think about certain things. We all think, right, so logically, for example, if you want a particular job, logically, you think, and logically and within society or whatever, you would need to apply for the job, you would need to make your application, you would need to hand in your CV, you would need to fill out the online form, whatever, have an interview, get past the interview, and then get the particular job. That's what happens logically, right? There is other ways to get particular jobs. It depends what field you're in, for example, but you could just be pulled off the street, for example. Let's say it's modeling, for example. The logical way would be for you to go to an agency, go to their forgot what the name is called, but their walk-ins, go to one of their walk-ins, bring your portfolio, or just let them see your face, sit down with them, speak to them, and then you could get hired that way. That's the logical way. However, we all know that it can just happen where you could just be out and a scout comes to you, picks you up, and then you're hired. Or even now with social media, if you're an influencer, or if a modeling brand comes across you on social media and they like how you look, they think you have potential, whatever, they could just DM you and you could be hired that way, right? Kind of gone off on a tangent, but you see my point. So there's a logical way that we think about things, and then obviously there, like, outside of that, there is thousands of ways that it could happen. But one of the reasons why what you want might not be manifesting is because you might have a logical way that it needs to happen. And that could be the reason why it's taking so long. So let me give you a few examples. So let's say you have your own business and you're trying to manifest a certain type of success for your business, whether that could be a certain amount of orders, whether that could be a certain amount in revenue, whatever. Let's say that logically you think and you believe that for that to happen, you have to post content every single day. You have to post 3 times a day. You would have to do all this marketing. You need to get influencers. You need to do whatever. And that is how you logically think it needs to happen. That could be a reason why it's taking so long, because you logically think it has to happen in that way. Therefore, based on what you believe and what your assumption is, that needs to happen first for you to then have that manifestation. If you think that logically, that is what needs to happen. Let's use another example. Let's say you're trying to manifest success on TikTok or success on any Instagram, whatever. And you logically think, or you've heard or whatever, that you need to post 3 times a day and you need to do it at this particular time, and you need to do blah, blah, blah. If you think that's the way it needs to happen, and you, like, logically to you, it makes sense that you need to post 3 times a day because, that's more consistent. It's getting your content out there more, etc. And until you start doing that, and until you start doing that consistently, then it's not going to manifest for you. Then that is why it's taken so long to manifest, or that is what's in your way, that you believe that this logical thing has to happen first before you will get it. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a logical way to think about things, and obviously it's natural to all of us. We've grown up in a society where, like I said, things are taught in a certain way, and it makes sense for things to happen logically. But when it comes to manifesting is not a logical thing. It's not something that is logical. It's just about your imagination, and things can happen in so many different ways. And also, if you're able to drop that logical mindset and how you think it's meant to happen, there is so many ways that it could happen, and it will happen a lot faster when you remove the logical side. Now, like I said, if you know the thing you're trying to manifest, if you have a way that you think it needs to happen logically, then first of all, don't fight that. Like, that's not a bad thing. Use it to your advantage. Work with that. Whatever the logical way you think it needs to happen, work with that. First of all, if you feel like there's too many things that need to happen, I would write down the logical way that you think it needs to happen, and write down now the new way that you want it to happen. Remove some of those blocks. Remove the fact that you think you have to do all this extra work, or all this extra stuff has to happen first before you can get your manifestation, and it will come a lot quicker. Or, like I said, realize what your logical way is and work with that. Don't try to fight against it. Work with that. But that could be the number one reason why. It could just be a logical mind. So think about what it is you're trying to manifest, and think about whether you think there is a logical way that it needs to happen, and that could explain why it's taken so long, and also allow you to work with it. Or you can change your mindset around that particular thing for it to manifest a lot faster for you. One of the second reasons could be that you are constantly looking for evidence or trying to seek validation outside of you for this particular manifestation. So there's something you want to manifest. You're doing the techniques, you're doing the mental diet, you're doing all of that stuff. But then the moment you come out of doing those particular things, you're then literally looking for the evidence in your 3D. You're going to check your, like, it depends what it is, but you're going to check your phone, check your bank account. You're doing all these things, and you're trying to find the evidence of where that particular manifestation is. By doing that, that's just bringing you right back to the old story. And this is the thing of manifestation, you have to be strict with yourself, and you really have to sit there and ask yourself, if I had this thing right now, would I be looking for it? If you had the money that you wanted, if you had the followers, if you had that particular person, if you had whatever, would you constantly be checking their page? Would you constantly be checking your account? Would you constantly be checking your own account? And would you realistically, would you constantly be checking it from a place of, oh, like, I just need to see what's going on? You wouldn't, because things that you do have right now, you don't need to constantly check. Like, you don't need to constantly check for it to make sure that it's happening. Let's say, for example, you know that you're going to get paid on a certain day. You don't then, on that particular day, I mean, you might, because you're waiting for the money to come in, but you're not constantly checking for the evidence that you've been paid that day, apart from just knowing that you're going to get paid, and then you get on with your life. But you're not sitting there every single day checking, or going to your manager and checking with them, like, are you sure you have my bank details? Are you sure you have the right one? Are you sure? Like, you don't do that. You just know that it's going to happen. And the moment that you keep checking for evidence in your 3D, or you keep seeking validation. So by that I mean that, you know, constantly asking the questions of, you know, is this possible? Can this really happen? Can I really have this? Etc., etc. You're putting yourself back into a mindset of that I don't have this and I'm trying to get this and it's not mine right now. And until you're able to just accept it and allow yourself to really get in the mindset and the mind frame of that I have this thing, and you stop seeking validation and checking for the evidence, it's going to take longer for it to come for you, because if you're constantly checking for it, that means that you don't fully believe that you have it. Basically, if you're having to constantly check, if you're having to constantly seek validation, you don't truly believe that you have that particular thing. You're not truly focused in your mind of you having that particular thing, and therefore it's going to take longer to come, or it's not going to manifest for you. It's not that it can't manifest, or it's not that this particular thing isn't possible and you're not going to be able to have it. It's just that where your mindset is at, I don't have it yet. It's not here. I need to check for it. Where is it? Am I sure I can manifest this? Can I really manifest this? And so your focus is on that, and you're going to keep getting more of that. You're going to keep getting more of that and not getting what you want. So try your best to not check your 3D. Like, you need to just stay in your mind all the time. Try your best to not check your 3D, and try your best not to seek validation. Final reason why something might not whatever it is you're trying to manifest might not be manifesting, or other things are manifested and this isn't, could be that you believe, or you think that it's so easy for me to manifest everything else but this. I'm so good at manifesting, like I said, it's different for everyone. I'm so good at manifesting money, but when it comes to manifesting my ex back, like that's so hard, I can't do this. I'm so good at manifesting people or manifesting my ex back. When it comes to money, I can't do this. You might be in this state of mind of but this, like everything else is so easy for me to manifest. I'm such a good manifestor at everything else, but this is hard. I can't do this, etc. Again, if you have that mindset, then that is what has to happen. With the law just takes whatever you believe, whatever you assume, whatever you focus on, wherever your belief is at, and we'll run with that, and we'll do that for you because it has to. So if you believe and you assume that you can manifest everything else but this, guess what? You can manifest everything else but this. Like, that's going to be the reason why. So you need to fully understand that all manifestations are on the same level. Yes, in society and in this world, we've been taught and we believe that manifesting £10 and manifesting £1,000, there's a difference, that there's a whole load of difference between them. The only difference between them is a zero. Really, that's the only difference between them. To the law, there is no difference between them. Manifesting £10, manifesting £1,000, manifesting this particular car, that particular car, manifesting this amount of followers, that amount of followers, there is no difference. The only thing that the law relies on, and the only limit that the law has, is your own limit and your own belief and your own belief within yourself, and your belief in you being able to have that particular thing. That's all. So there is no, you can manifest this and you can manifest that, but you can't do this. There is none of that. So take yourself out of that mindset. In this situation, I would probably suggest that you initially depends, like I said, it depends what you're trying to manifest, but maybe start smaller. Like, start in a different area. Like, let's say you're struggling with manifesting money. Start by manifesting small, start by trying to manifest smaller amounts. That's not to put a limit on yourself to say that's the only amount that you can manifest, but build your confidence in being able to manifest money in general. Build your confidence in understanding that to manifest this money is just as easy for you to manifest this other thing. Build your confidence in that area and realize and understand that there is no but this. There is no this can manifest but that can't. This is easy to manifest but this is hard. it's all just down to you. But yeah, I hope that's helped. Hopefully something in there has made you realize, okay, maybe this is why this thing isn't manifested, and this is something that I need to work on. Let me know in the comments what things you think are holding you back from manifesting that particular thing that you want. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.